They called him the Watcher, a phantom who stalked his victims before ending them, and it was my job to hunt him down. It's TheRamigiusz here, and today we are starting a new detective series, and this game is Shadows of Doubt. I thought that it was only fitting to name my guy Ramigiusz Sterling, an investigator trying to survive on these streets. Welcome to the Lucknow, a city where the police have been bought out and replaced by corporate enforcers controlled by starch cola. Thanks to the megacorps, we lost our job, our home, and we are currently living on the streets. Our only way out of this hellhole is earning enough social credits to buy the ticket to the place called The Fields. They called it a safe place, but right now we are at the absolute bottom. So here I am, waking up in these alleys, hoping we can somehow scrape enough money to survive. Every now and then I head up to the city hall, hoping that I found that someone got killed or kidnapped. I know, it sounds quite messed up, but you know, private investigator has to eat. Sadly, I just found this shiny ad for the starch cola enforcers. Greedy bastards. I figured out I try my luck at the local pub, maybe pick up on some rumors. And immediately I embarrassed myself at the pool table. Great start. I tried to play it cool and ask the bartender if he's seen anything suspicious lately, or just get his name. Not a chance. He completely brushes me off. Can't say I blame him. I'm basically a homeless guy. Let's move on. I go back to my favorite bench to check the time and then... Wait, was that a gunshot? I rush to the guy that stumbled nearby, and I just ask him, "Hey, did you see anything unusual?" And he has said, "I can't say I have." Then I heard another shot. It's definitely coming from up there, from these skyscrapers. I spinned right into the building I thought the shots came from. I rush up the stairwell hoping to catch the shooter, but I just hit the security barrier. This force field is actually to keep people like me from the wealthy ones. I go up and to the very top and find this door. I knock and knock and get nothing. Whoever was shooting is either gone or he wasn't even here. Suddenly my radio crackles. A report just came in. A murder at 603 McCoy House. I immediately bolt back to our city hall to grab the case file. Finally, this is my chance. The case is dubbed The Watcher. Looking at the paperwork, my old investigative instincts kick in. We need 4 things: the killer's full name, evidence placing them at the scene, their home address, and the murder weapon. With this information, we can fill up the resolved case documents and catch the killer. I entered the pub just to use the city directory book. I look up the address of 603 McCoy House, log the location into my notes, and rush back out into the rain. Alright, McCoy House. Let's see what we are dealing with. Damn it, there are enforcers already at the crime scene. But see, there's a body right behind him. He's not gonna let me walk in, so we must find the plan B. I find this ventilation shaft down the hall. Just a check to make sure nobody is watching, and let's go. We crawl right in. I climb right near the victim's apartment. Let's wait out the forces. It's clear. I can drop down. Okay, the place is empty. I approach the body. Young woman. Look like she took a massive hit from 309 caliber or a deal slug. Let's check her wallet. Her name is Jiwoo Cho. I feel terrible doing it, but I grab her cash and keys. Time of death was between 6 and 7:15 p.m. Wait a second. Was she killed by the shooter I heard earlier? I check the window and yep, there's a massive bullet hole in the glass. The killer was a sniper, shooting from the rooftops across the street. What the? The phone is ringing. I pick it up and immediately hangs up. Okay, that was not creepy at all. On the counter I found this note. It tells us that Mahalvalda Roja, security guard, is working through the night shift. Maybe this was just a roommate. Someone is knocking. I slowly creep up to the door, hoping that I can stop him. Just as I'm trying to lock up the handle, he started opening it. I panic and sprint into the other room to hide. Luckily, whoever it was took just one look at the dead body on the floor and ran away. I walk back over and lock the door properly this time. My heart just skipped a beat. Looking at her work ID, I see that she worked at Vita Laboratories. I search the rest of the furniture, grabbing a few stray coins along the way. I'm really sorry. Look at this note on the fridge. To the jerk who keeps standing outside my door and messing with my mail. Cut it out, or I call the enforcers. You know who you are. JC. So someone was actively harassing her. Next, I find this ad. For the fields. She wanted out of the city, just like me. You know what? Let me close these blinds. If the sniper is still out there, I don't want to be his next target. Moving into the bedroom, I find a key in the computer desk. The nightstand is full of anti-anxiety meds and syringes. There's also a note with a password belonging to MR, which has to be Mafalda Rota, the roommate or the lover. I boot up the PC and log into Mafalda account. Nothing on the computer. Let's ignore this someone knocking on the door again. Right next to bed I find a lookbook. Wednesday, outside Devilfish Fry for 3 blocks, large, average height, long. Definitely same person. Monday, female, I think. They were tracking the stalker. I dusted for prints. We've got Jiwoo prints and type B. Probably Mafalda's. Out in the hallway, there's a really sad note. You are not being followed. It's just your mind. Take the pills. Damn. She thought she was going crazy. Looking down on her, this wasn't just a random sniper attack. She was targeted. We actually have a physical description of a stalker. Female, heavy build, average height, long hair. Last seen near the Devilfish Fryer. I missed this note. It tells us that it was addressed to the Mafalda. Mafalda, come to dinner next Friday. Got a divine bottle of Chateau d'Arc and some delicious gossip to share. Bring Jiwoo, Kyla. Who is Kyla? I'm gonna note this name down. I found another journal under the bed. Same person again, this time in Devilfish Friar. Shay reckons it might be a covert headhunter from one of the big corps. This could be my chance. Couldn't sleep, so sat up thinking of the ways to impress the covert scout. Go to the expensive clothes store, buy a good bottle of wine on the way home, turn up early for work and stay up late. If that freak shows again tonight, I'm gonna be ready for her. Oh man, she actually thought that her stalker was a corporate recruiter, and someone named Shay fed her this lie. I check out the address book in the apartment. Shay lives at the Posse building. No other obvious connections yet. And then I find this. When I saw your face smile across the room, it was as if 100 flowers had bloomed. All over the city, pigeons cawed, sang, radios played our song, and the traffic sang along, and even the cranes seemed to whistle it too. Won't you meet me tonight at a 8:45? It's an obsessive love letter, and it's signed at the top of someone with the initials AW. That's everything I could find here. I head back out of this apartment.
淀粉可乐，城市生活让你沮丧，需要一点嘶嘶声来提下精神，来杯淀粉可乐。
I stop by the pub again and glance at the job and apartment boards. Seriously, I need to get off the street soon. I open the directory and look up AW. We've got 4 matches. Wallace, Hiller, Weathersby, and Williams. By the way, if you're enjoying the vibe so far, smash that subscribe button. Let's get back to the case. Alright guys, let's look at the board and organize this chaos. Our victim is Jiwoo Cho, a scientist working for Vita Laboratories, killed by a sniper bullet right through her window. From the diaries we know that she thought that she was stalked. Her roommate Mafalda Roja, and we found her contact Kyla. But our primary suspect is AW. This is someone who wrote this obsessive letter. From notes we know that this someone has to seen her. So our next stop is Vita Laboratories, the place where Jiwoo was working. Maybe here we will find some clues. Alright, here we are, Vita Laboratories. Getting inside isn't going to be easy though. The place is locked down tight. We've got heavy security, active cameras. I need to find a quiet way in. I pull out my lockpicks and get to the work on the main door. Oh wait, there's a camera sweeping the room. I hold my breath and I spin straight under its blind spot. There's an electrical box right here. Give me a second to pick this lock. And boom! Power cut down for the cameras and the security doors. You are officially in. Nice, sticky note with the code 2470. That is definitely going to come in handy. I scope out the rest of the office, keeping an eye out for anything that is useful. I step into the main laboratory. It is incredibly eerie in here with the lights completely shut off. There's a door on the left. Let's try that code. 2470. Perfect. Look like this is an administrator office. Or manager. Searching the cabinets, snagging some loose cash and set of keys. Hold on, what's this? A secret envelope. It's an internal report about a failed drug called Paxadol, causing terrible side effects. They were trying to bury the data. Typical megacorp. I log into the admin computer using the same 4-digit code. Let's check out the employee database. I search for A, nothing. I type in G and pull up Jiwoo profile. Checking also on emails, it looks like a standard corporate chatter. There's a safe in the corner, inside just some empty paperwork, pipe. Sync disk. If you don't know, we can install this at clinic later for passive income. Not bad for a little breaking and entering. Oh, the cameras are back online. I almost got spotted, so I spring back to the electrical box and shut the grid down again. That was way too close. Alright, focus. This is Jiwoo workstation. I flick on the lights and start tearing through her dollars. Wait. Look at this employee. This is R.L. Williams. A.W. The initials match the love poem perfectly. And get this, her address is listed as 401 McCoy House. She's just 2 floors below our victim. Need to find a computer right now. Okay, here's her disk, and the password is just like right here. I log into her computer hoping for a manifesto. Fuck. Nothing. Just some emails about dating a guy named Riko Takeuchi. Damn it. Nothing of interest. And a note saying she went to visit her mother recently. To be honest, finding nothing on her work PC isn't a dead end. Just proof that if she is the Watcher, she's smart enough to not leave any digital trail at her corporate job. The real evidence, the sniper rifle, the red ink, the surveillance photos, has to be stashed in her private apartment. I dust her desk and it's covered in Jiwoo prints, so they were definitely working closely together. Before I go, I use the keys I found earlier to pop up a side room. Here I managed to find the official fingerprints of the entire staff, including Iris. I kill the lights, lock out the doors, and slip out. The news about the killer is already hitting the streets, the killer among us. After hours of running around in the rain, I really need a second to eat and rest. The weather is absolutely brutal. I spot a burning barrel on the corner with a guy warming his hands. Honestly, I just need to get out of the cold for a minute. I tried to talk with him, and he won't even give me his name and claim he didn't see anything. But she does recognize the Jiwoo and Arelis. confirms that they both hang around McCoy house. I head up back to my makeshift den, which is literally just a metal cage in a side alley. I crack open a can of wood and try to think. We have two options: break into Ariel's apartment or check out Jiwoo's mailbox for the stalker fingerprints. I go with the mailbox first. Jiwoo notes on the fridge side that someone kept messing with her mail. I check out the fingerprints on her box and it's completely clean. And trying to pick up the lock right here in the open lobby with people constantly walking by is just way too risky. Back in the victim's apartment, I managed to find the passcode for Jiwoo's computer. First thing I see in her emails, she actually reached out to the enforcers about her stalker, and those corrupt scumbags demanded a 150 credit fee just to open a case. I find another thread. She was writing to someone named Seo John, terrified, asking for advice because she felt like she was being watched for days. She also confided in a Dr. Thomas, whose only solution was prescribing her more heavy medication. The phone is ringing again. I pick it up and a voice just says, "Don't call this number again," and hangs up. I quickly check the caller ID, 419 9532. I'm adding that to the board. The day is getting cold. There are no foreign prints on the front door outside of Jiwoo and Mafalda. We are at crossroads. Do I risk breaking at Ari's place, looking for a murder weapon, or do I track down Seo Jun or Kyla? I decide to clear my head and hit up a medical clinic to install that sign disk we stole from the lab. It's going to passively generate a little income for me while I work. I skip the other skill upgrades for now and head back outside. I'm just walking around, thinking about the case, and then, wait, it just clicked. I look at the building directly opposite Jiwoo's shattered window. Where did that bullet actually come from? It's the old Hyacinth Hotel. Rooms 605 and 602 have a direct line sight to the victim's apartment. This changes everything. We might have a brand new lead. I head straight into the old Hyacinth Hotel. If I'm going to snoop around, I can't look suspicious. I talk to the receptionist and rent the cheapest room for 100 crowns a night. I get room 203. He tells me I have to pay daily or they take action. Fine by me. I figure I might as well take the shower while I'm here. The room doesn't exactly inspire confidence though, especially with the giant cockroach hanging out on the floor. Alright, time to get to work. I head up to the 6th floor, rooms 605 and 602 both face Jiwoo building. But looking at the angle, 602 makes the most sense for the sniper's nest. But the security is heavy. A simple lockpick isn't going to cut it. I look up and spot a vent on the ceiling, but it's way out of the reach. I need to find another way into that shaft. I head up to the 7th floor, hoping that the security is a little more relaxed. I managed to break into the room 703, but the second I open the door, I hear the snoring. Someone is sleeping right in front of me. I sneak past him in complete silence and check his window. Theoretically, a shot could have come from here, but there are no weapons and no shell casings. I notice the security camera above his bed that is turned off. I slip into his bathroom and there it is, a vent access hatch in the ceiling. I hop up onto the toilet set, pop up the hatch open and pull myself up into the cold metal shaft. I crawl through the darkness until my map shows I'm directly over room 602. It's time to drop down. I hear the front door, unlocking in the distance. I quickly check a note on the fridge. Isabella Paulsen. Oh god. She walks right into the room. I'm just sitting there in the pitch black, like Batman. She doesn't see me. She starts walking through the dark apartment and I actually creep up behind her. I try to slip my hand into her pocket to see if I can grab anything. I almost have her, but she steps into the lit bedroom. I pull back. I'm not pushing my luck. I check the window in the dark room. It is a direct, perfect line of sight to Jiwoo apartment. I quietly slide down farther down the hall. Oh my god. My heart just skipped a beat. Sitting right here on the desk is Hamilton rifle, caliber 309. The exact same ammo that killed Jiwoo. I freeze for a second, and immediately look it into the caseboard. We probably found the murder weapon. I quickly check the fingerprints, hoping to catch Isabella prints. Am I actually in the Watcher's apartment? Can it be true? No way. I kept searching and find a Lazarus 5 on the cabinet. This woman is sitting on a small armory. I pull her personal file from a drawer. Then I find notes. This gave me absolute chills. It's a resident list. She's been watching everyone, it says. Blonde girl, always talking on phone. Female average height, lives on 6th floor. Patient of Amos Thomas, leaves lights on. Corporate type, tall, fast walk, closed curtains, leaves on. Never bothers to check the windows. Shifty loser, basement. Then I find this manifesto. Ants in an ant farm. I fry them all. This must be the Watcher. Am I just standing in the apartment of complete psycho? The person in her notes must be Jiwoo. It talks about the patient of Thomas, and we know that Jiwoo sent the message to Dr. Thomas. This must be the sniper. Everything connects, but I lack the proper evidence to connect this Isabella with our sniper, the Watcher. I need to find something. Here is her work ID, She works in rock chemical systems. I managed to pull her keys to the house from her wallet. It may come in handy. And then I make a mistake. I open a cabinet and close it too loudly. I hear her getting out of bed. I need to get out of here. I use her own stolen key to unlock the front door and escape to the hallway. I paid at the reception desk and it's time to run to the city hall. It's time to fill in the final paperwork. Killer's name is Isabella Paulsen. Our evidence is the resident list. Her address is room 602, Old Hyacinth Hotel. Murder weapon is the Hamilton 309 rifle. I slide the form to the desk and wait. Yes! Case solved. We catch the Watcher. We got a 500 credit score boost, a massive payout. We even leveled up our social status. This means I finally have clearance to buy my own apartment. We can be officially off the streets. If you guys enjoyed watching me stumble through this mystery, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more cases. It helps the channel out massively. Taking a step back, the story here is actually incredibly tragic. Jiwoo Cho just wanted to escape to the fields. She had this obsessive coworker, AW, stalking her and her friend. Shay convinced her it was a corporate recruiter, but the truth was so much darker. While Jiwoo was looking for someone following her in the streets, the real threat was Isabella Paulsen, a psychopathic corporate manager sitting in a dark hotel room across the street, watching people through her sniper scope, treating human beings like ants in an ant farm. What do you guys think? Let me know your theories on Isabella motives down in the comments. I've been TheRamigiusz, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next case.